Moving on to the Albert Bartlett, and the current price is possibly the most open novice hurdle we have ever had at the Cheltenham Festival. Lisnagar Oscar 13-2, 7-1 Commander Fleet, 7-1 Battle Over Diane, Dicky Diver 15-2, Birchdale 8-1, Carefully Selected Won't Run 10-1, Relegate 11-1, Darren Ross 14-1, and Rhinestone 14-1, 16-1 Bar. Keith Donoghue, Commander of Fleet, discuss.
He was very, very good the last day. He's a tough horse, you know, like he's done nothing wrong all year. Probably shouldn't have ran in the Royal Bond. That's, you know, that's the only bad one, but that's 2 mile. He's a very tough horse. He's a stayer. I think the race will suit him and take a lot of beating.
And as regards class, like, would he be on a par with Battle Over Diane?
Yeah, probably not as flashy. He's not a flashy type of horse. His work wouldn't be great, but like even in the bumper last year, when he gets into top gear, he can fairly motor.
And this race, obviously, I'm not sure if you know the stats, but in years gone past, it's the horse with the most runs, that's had loads of experience, that's won over 3 miles. It's a race for stats. I know everybody gives out about stats, but this is one of the races that year after year, the stats seem to suggest that you need a horse that's ran loads of times and that has ran over 3 miles.
I just think a horse there at price 2 is Darren Ross.
Yeah, and he's the one at the preview nights that, because of the stats, that people are tipping Darren Ross. Would you give him a chance?
I definitely would. Yeah, now the ground, he would be a little bit ground dependent. He definitely wanted on the slower side, but he's a very good horse. And he's a real stayer, and a better gallop in that race too could come into his strengths.
That is Darren Ross, trained by Philip Dempsey, at 14-1. Donn McClean, the Albert Bartlett. It's been a tricky race for punters over the years.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us have had too much luck in it.
No, it's a hard race. It always is. Look, Darren Ross is tough, and he's got, you know, the distance for him. But Commander of Fleet, like, he always shaped like a horse to do better over further. Like that in that Royal Bond hurdle that Keith mentioned, they went no gallop. Ruby Walsh rode quick, grab him out in front, and just stacked them up. It was only a 4-horse race, and he just got done for pace. Like, he won the Land Rover bumper as a bumper horse, so, and that's always a good race. So he's got that class. And then the last day in the Nathaniel Lacey and Partners hurdle.
That's a nice plug there,
It's a long one.
Have they stood up for you once upon a time? No. They're solicitors. I love the way he battled on. Like they bypassed the last flight, and it was a big stamina race, and that's 2 miles 6. That used to be 2.5 miles, and when they made the Dublin Racing Festival, they made that 2 miles 6 and made the Deloitte hurdle, or the Chanel Farman now this year, 2 miles. So it's good the way it is, but it was a real stairs race this year, and he battled on really well and put that together with his 2 mile form. I was kind of hoping that he would go for this race. I know they were between the Ballymore as well, weren't they? But I think this is the race for him. I think he's all stamina and he's got class as well. So I think he's got plenty in his favour. Yeah.
Very early the last day.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the last hurdle was omitted.
Yeah, they ran around that, and it made it more of a test of stamina even over 2 miles 6 than it should have been or than it probably would have been with the last flight in.
He's still a raw enough horse too. There's still improvement in him. Like,
I kind of think that Rhinestone might reverse that form. I thought Rhinestone was the type that might 3 miles at Cheltenham. He might be the one.
Yeah, I think Commander Fleet is just so much stamina. I think as well, like, Relegate comes into it a bit. If the ground, she probably needs further even than 3 miles on good ground. If the ground came up very soft, like she won the bumper last year, so she's got Cheltenham Festival winning form, and she came from, as we all know, the next parish under Katie Walsh, and was finished really strongly. She didn't jump that well at the last day, but she jumped a wee bit better and was a wee bit closer early on. She could come into it, but no, I think Commander of Fleet is rock solid. And I know he's nearly favourite, but he's just having a one shot, which is, I think it's fair enough.
So 2 votes for Commander of Fleet from the 2 men furthest from me. Lads, I was listening to your Racehour podcast earlier on today, coming back from the airport, and I actually had to go and fill diesel, so I didn't hear what you said about the Albert Bartlett. So I'm kind of intrigued now. So Dean, we'll start with you.
Look, we're all massive Commander of Fleet fans on the Racehour. I think I saw him at Punchestown, going back before he ran at Leopardstown, and he almost didn't. He looked kind of fat and burly. He wasn't tuned. Certainly won anyway, and it looked almost like he didn't know where to put his legs. He's that kind of talk about big dope of a horse. He's another one. I really like him. I think the
What chess piece would he be?
sky's the limit. He's more like a bishop, I think, than a knight, if I had to decide. Thanks, though. So for me, 7-1, that isn't going to be there on the day. And if Gordon and Keith and David are having a great week, that I could see him go very short. I can see him go 5-2, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. Some of these won't be there, For me, he's a cracking horse. If you like him, which I do, you have to like Rhinestone as well. So I think you could back 2. You might end up with the first 2.
Lovely. I like that. So it's a Commander of Fleet loving at the moment. Are you going to add to it, Diarmuid?
No. I again think this horse will be the best of these going forward. I think Dickie Diver is going to be very good going forward. I think there's an awful lot of these that going forward are going to be better. But the winner of the Albert Bartlett doesn't tend to be the horse. Like, we all get trapped and sucked into the sexy horse winning this race, and it tends to be the Kilbrick and Storms of this world, who ran about 600 times and are as tough as nails, have won over 3 miles, and they just tend to keep going. And I think Lisnagar Oscar is the right favourite on that. He kind of fits a lot of the stats. He's gone to all the parties this season. But the one that I've landed on at 33-1 is Rock Point. I think he's...
Colin Tizard?
Yeah, he's ran 13 times. Like, his last 2 runs, he's drifted like barges, similar enough to what Kilbrick and Storm did last season. I just think they've been using it. Before Christmas, he ran over course and distance and absolutely hammered Lisnagar Oscar, hammered the field there at Cheltenham over that course and distance. He's won over 3 miles. He's gone to all the parties. He's going to be as tough as absolute nails. And that's the kind of horse you need to win these novice races. Mikey made the point earlier on that you need novices that are hardened. And I think a lot of the better trainers like Gordon and Willie Mullins, they're picking their horses to be better horses when they're novice chasers or when they're kind of kicking on. Whilst these other horses that are in here, they are just tough and they're ready for today. And I think Rock Point at 33-1, 25-1, around that point, I think he's a cracking bet for this.
And I don't want to burst your bubble, but will he definitely run in this?
I think he will, yeah.
Okay.
A horse like that as well could be Donn's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Worked well last week, I heard.
Did he? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gone to the UK a lot, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a nice horse.
Yeah.
He's kind of similar to that owner had Fagan as well. Is he kind of similar to that?
No, that's Galvin.
Galvin, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He probably disappointed a bit in his bumpers, Donn's. You remember he's very good run first time out, and then took him a while to get his act together, but he's definitely a very good horse. Where did he work?
I don't know.
Right.
It's just these rumours you hear, yourself. Sure, I was fancying Sam Crow coming here tonight, and now look what's happened. Mikey, the Albert Bartlett, it's always a tricky race. It's not one for punters usually. Do you like that in it?
A very weird race. Like the big dogs usually get bet, sure. Briar Hills, all them. Everyone has lost their rocks on them. Dead Judy. I like that Allaho, Willie Mullins's. Yeah. I like him going forward. I couldn't have Commander Fleet. Is he weak? Is he?
Small bit maybe.
Yeah, like no, I don't.
He's a light frame.
Light frame, like, and he'll be a beautiful horse, but no, at the end of that week, the ground has been galloped over all week. The new course, it's rotten. If you run keen at all for the first mile and a half.
Lord Jesus Christ, if Simon Clays is listening to this tonight, we're in trouble.
Don't worry, it's my last preview night anyway. It's gone. Like Jennings has finished me off all day. But yeah, I'd like the Rebecca Curtis horse there. He's been at every dogfight. He's a year older than me, 6, and funny enough, she has trained a Cheltenham winner, and more luck to her. And
have we a name for this beast?
Lisnagar Oscar,
right.
yeah. Okay. He won Chepstow and the Albert Bartlett trial.
Dickie Diver, yeah.
Yeah, but I'd give, or else the horse of Willie's Allaho. Yeah.
Okay, so to sum up, Don McClean, what wins the Albert Bartlett?
Commander of Fleet.
Heath?
Commander of Fleet and Donn's each way.
Lovely. Mikey?
Allaho.
Diarmuid?
Rock Point each way.
Dean?
Commander of Fleet.
And Rhinestone, for me...
I tell you, Gordon's going to have some week.
Yeah.
Have we tipped anything else now?
12.
Yeah, God.
14 winners, isn't it?
Is there any English horses running?